for it. This guy's going man mode.
Look at my goodness.
Oh, can he make it? He did!
Oh, he's got it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Monkey's turn. It's fun.
Oh, he got it! Richard is unbeaten. No, they're tied. Richard just back as well. What? He's in the finals here.
Hello there, everybody. It is time for the first semi-final match of the Oriole Skills Tournament. This is a clash of titans. UncleRonny up against Elojimmini coming here right now. Bringing you this match, I'm Sigma, and I am joined by Matt and Singh.
Hello. This is going to be a spectacular match. We've got two of the best runners in the world up against each other in a semi-final match. Their current PB is incredibly close, with Elo getting his most recent PB I think it was yesterday that he got his most recent PB, so he's been playing at the top of his game recently.
Yeah, he managed to shave those 3 seconds off, coming down to a 28.47. Just earlier today, he posted a pace where he was, I believe, 13 seconds ahead of that at Feather. So, you know, if you do the math on that, that's a low 28.30 if it had managed to survive past that. I mean, Ronnie has done plenty of paces like that as well. It's just hard to finish runs in this game when you're going for 28s.
Definitely. We see that both runners are going to be using keyboard and mouse, so we won't be seeing any disadvantages there. Although Ronnie has a stronger average race time, Elo has the best race time. So
yeah, I don't think I would read too much into that average race time being slower for Elo. He was kind of, I mean, not sandbagging the group stage, but not really actively practicing a lot, so he had some rough races in that, and he's been a little bit more on that grind lately, so we've been seeing kind of the more characteristic, like low 29s, just insane paces out of him and stuff like that. And I really honestly would not be surprised if we don't see any runs from these guys above 30 minutes in this race, because I mean, that's just how good they are.
I certainly am expecting and hoping to see some sub-30 runs, and potentially even a couple 28s.
Yeah, man. This is nuts. Like I would have perhaps thought that this matchup was going to happen in the finals, but just because of the way things worked out, we got semis here, and oh boy, whoever wins this one, man, I wish all the best of luck to whoever meets them in the finals, because these guys are both completely crazy.
Definitely. So we will be starting up in a few seconds. But so, Sigma, who do you think is going to take the win?
Well, I'm going to stick with my prediction bracket from the start of the tournament. It's what I still think now. I think that Elo is going to win. I think he's too consistent. Like, he may have a worse PB than UncleRonny, but Elo does these low 29s like all the time, and that's just so hard to deal with. I think he also will handle the nerves better being in a tough race like this. He's always kind of seemed like just terrifying to race against, because he just plays so well. Like, he's crazy. But Ronnie is crazy too. Like, we can easily see 28s out of Ronnie, and if you get a 28, I don't care who your opponent is, you're probably going to win.
Definitely. Although, if anyone can get a 28 in a race and still manage to beat them, it's Elo.
If there's a double 28, I don't even care like what the time difference is. That's just going to be the best race I've ever seen.
won't be much going on for the first minute here, as all they're doing is just running and jumping the upside.
Yep. And I don't expect to see too much of a difference between these guys going through this first section up to the close score, but of course we do know Ronnie does take 4 health and Elo sticks with 3. And that will basically just mean Elo's going to be ahead by 8 seconds for quite a long time in the early game. But it does add some danger to Misty Woods, so that's what Ronnie will be looking for with that 4th health, is not being afraid of the spikes later on. So both runners heading along here, damage boosting down intentionally, but ooh, bit of an unintentional hit from Elo there. So he's now on 1 health. And that's not the most comfortable situation. You're used to taking 1 more damage boost from here on, and took that 1 slime slow. He doesn't want to take a dash here. So we'll see. Does a nice safe dodge there, and also doesn't manage to get shots on to kill that slime. So his experience might be a bit low. He's gonna have to kill this next slime as well. So kind of a rough early game from Elo there because of that extra hit. But he manages to fix his experience, and he's at 1 health. So he'll get a fast ghost door. He will still pull ahead when he skips that health cell, but not the start that he was looking for.
Yeah, so, but the skipping this health cell is only a time save at the start. It's a very minor time save, and he will have to pick up an extra health cell very close to the end of the game anyway.
Yeah, so he has an 8-second lead from that, or saved 8 seconds by not doing that now, but he will have to invest about 5 seconds later. So really, Ronnie is still ahead, because that's time sink that Elo is going to have to do later on. But we'll just leave the lead indicator on Elo because, appears ahead for now.
Yes, and it definitely can go either way as we're getting into the more mechanically challenging parts of the run.
Yeah, I also want to point out Elo went for Flower Skip and missed it. Did not die though, but took a level on the way down, which I'm not sure what he was looking for. He'll be of course able to adapt to whatever experience he has, but Ronnie had smoother movement going down to wall jump there. So Elo picks up, looks like a 313 wall jump, while Ronnie's coming in at a 317. 317 with 4 health. That is some nutty stuff.
That is absurd. Well, so we'll be seeing both runners heading up to BRB. Let's go and get their dash ability, and then they'll suddenly be able to start going a lot faster.
Yeah, that's
Elo trying to fix. Elo getting some extra XP on the way up, hoping that he can. Oh, there we go. Elo making his way up, trying to get.
I guess one thing to note as well is Elo's going to go for Quick Flame, which does make experience collection in Blackroot a little bit harder. He's pretty much going to want 3 slimes now, and it's easy to get 2 without Magnet, but the 3rd can be perhaps troubling. And down to 1 health again, taking another unintentional damage boost on that slime. We'll see if he opts to drop a save just to, make things feel safe. But he's gonna instead, press on. Didn't even let go of right running past that slime. So he feels fine. He's not gonna get hit. Who needs to save, right?
Yeah. So I think we see neither runner going for Genocide. Both runners are going for picking up the 100 XP orb instead. It's neither of them were picking up the 15 XP orb.
Yeah, that's right. Their experiences were very close to each other. I think 34 for Elo, and Ronnie was 33 away. So Elo picks up Quick Flame, Ronnie picks up Rekindle because he doesn't want Magnet in this situation, because he wants to only take 2 slimes and he doesn't have to worry about one of the slimes' experience getting sucked into him if he doesn't have Magnet. So both runners going through Blackroot now. Of course, we'll be seeing a reload cycle for both players, and we'll have to see how their movement goes. Elo getting up to that 100 now as Ronnie's making the same set of jumps. This part's kind of an auto-scroller because they're bound by platform cycles. And Elo actually took that experience, but because he missed 2 from an earlier slime, he should still be okay to either take or not take the last slime's experience. So he's in a pretty reasonable position here.
We're seeing Elo making quite a few small, tiny errors. So do you reckon that the nerves are maybe getting to him for this race? Because I wouldn't be expecting to see these small errors from Elo.
Yeah, I think you've got a good point there. Like, I thought that he was going to play more solid between the two of them, but this early game has kind of indicated some cracks in the armor already. You know, all those mistakes leading towards wall jump, like the extra damage taken here and there. It's kind of does indicate that maybe, you know, you're a little nervous, but then again, the early game is just pretty tough. There's a reason that when you're going for times like these guys, they spend a lot of time rerunning through glades and trying to get it perfect. And you know, we didn't see perfect glades here. Well, I mean, Ronnie's was pretty good, but Elo's was a little bit weak. But, you know, it's pretty minor. Like, he recovered really well from all the mistakes. He's still maintaining that health cell lead, heading towards dash now.
Yeah, and the time losses here for making mistakes aren't nearly as costly as they will be later on, when taking a plunge into some spikes could cost you up to minutes.
Yeah, so another difference I want to point out is Elo's going for the cutscene stack. This saves about a second or two, and it involves some blind movement of the Blackroot. Now, both of these runners have done this strat in the tournament, but Ronnie fell during the blind movement into the bottom of Blackroot, which loses a whole ton of time in one of his matches, and since then hasn't done it. So they both grab dash now, but Elo regains control because of the cutscene stack trick. So he's moving blind out of Blackroot, and the camera does not pan down, which means he got his movement a-okay, and he'll be taking that little bit of time save towards double jump now.
Yeah, Ronnie is also successfully managing to make it out of the BRB area and heading up for his Frankie walk as well. Let's see if they can get the optimal Frankie walk, where they can get the Frankie in the perfect position such that it doesn't bonk on the last log. Oh, Ronnie might be having some trouble with it. Might have just missed the optimal Frankie walk there.
Yeah, Elo actually had it, but he doesn't really care too much for it because he's going magnetless, and he can't kill it a jump early anyways because it'd be too far away for him to get the experience. But kills it up the top of the jump, gets that magnetless Frankie walk. Now he's got to go for this 3 health death gauntlet, but no, Sign missed a shot on the slime and he's dead. But the dash autosave is over here now because he did some blind movement. Man, it's a huge time loss, and Ronnie's going to be taking a pretty big lead from that.
That's going to be a very difficult time loss for Elo to catch up on. It's going to basically need Ronnie to make some mistakes in order to catch up.
Yeah, that's so tragic too, because he shot his 2 volleys and then he tried to jump out. It was one of the last shots that missed, so he couldn't react in time. He did have enough time with his health in the water to make another try at it, but in the meantime, Ronnie not gonna let Elo catch up anywhere because he has nailed his Grotto cycle, and Elo now second Frankie walk. He manages to get the magnetless Frankie walk again, so we'll see if what he goes for with his slime. Sign's gonna cooperate this time and let him get through, but man, that's, oh god, it's so hard to play from this position against a scary opponent like Ronnie. And he's just gonna have to hope for mistakes because you can't catch up to Ronnie just based on your own play.
Definitely. So Elo will be heading down to the God Cycle now. Trying to delay the crushes a little bit so we can get them moving a bit faster. As the dash just barely misses it. That's going to cost him even more time.
Yeah, that's a rough start. We'll get the information on what the difference between these guys is probably around double jump, but wow, that's a lot of time that has been sunk in this early game. But Ronnie progressing on, gets his first try grotto skip. I'd kind of expect to see a whole bunch of first tries and a lot of tricks throughout this run, and you know, hopefully more for Elo, because then he'll be able to catch up, maybe make this a bit closer.
Definitely. Very smooth movement from UncleRonny, making his way up. Heading towards the water vein. A very strong water vein time as well.
And we've got the info in. We're looking at a 51-second difference in the double jump tree, which is... that's tough. Now, I should note that we have seen in one race before, Elo against Terra, I believe in the division finals, where he had to redo Frankie Walk because his experience was too high and he couldn't mash in the magnetless Frankie Walk fast enough, and he still got a 29 in that race. So if anybody's capable of a comeback here, it's our boy Elojimmini. But Ronnie's gonna know what's up, and he's just gonna do his best to hold on to this stranglehold he has on the match right now.
Yeah, so we'll see that Ronnie skips the cutscene cell, confirming that he is indeed going for the crazy juggle route.
Yeah, and we will see that from both players, of course. That trick is very difficult and not super consistent for anybody, really, but they both go for it. It saves the time of grabbing that cell, so that'll be a big factor in the race, the double crazy juggle up against each other, which I don't think we've actually seen in the tournament yet. I think it's always been crazy juggle against Terror Break.
Yeah, I think so. But that crazy juggle would certainly be a large point in which UncleRonny messing it up could cause Elo to gain a lot of time.
Yeah, I do also want to note, in Ronnie's last race against Shed in the quarterfinals, he had two games in that race, and both of them were kind of weird saves on crazy juggle. So we'll have to see how it goes. He had some like weird batches, a little bit of a frog drop in one of them, but he managed to succeed it both times. So we'll see if that those issues plague him, or if he's able to get through. And Elo going for a fast cycle out, but took some damage from the spinner, so he'll have to kill this slime rather than damage him. Unfortunately, with quick flame, that's a little bit easier.
So seeing Ronnie just doing the redirect puzzle, not really much for him to do here, just some slight optimizations by moving the block a little bit that he can do.
Yeah. He doesn't go for the one where you pull the block to the left a little bit after dropping it through the portal. I'm sure most people, probably both these guys, have tried that. We might see Elo do it, I'm not sure, but sometimes you do it and then the shot hits you, and then that's when you decide to never do it again. Well, Ronnie had a little bit of trouble with that bottom left spawn because of some of the, spike stuff that was left behind by the boss's shot. So he doesn't manage to get quite the cycle he was looking for on that mini-boss, but manages to get it down still pretty well, and doesn't take any deaths or anything like that untoward that losing time, setting himself up for the next ghost tour, as Elo setting up for a little bit of a cycle manipulation in this next room so he catches this first shot faster, and then he'll be going on to his mini-boss shortly.
And we'll probably be seeing Elo catching up a bit with the mini-boss, as he does have quick flame, so he can kill the mini-boss quite significantly faster.
Yeah,
potentially
that's for sure.
1 or 2 cycles faster, depending on how well he does.
I would say with quick flame a 4 cycle is a gimme, but he actually got 15 hits in the first phase, so 3 cycle would be possible, but I don't think the second one was quite good enough. No, he was 4 shots off of the 3 cycle, which I think he's the only person who's ever done it. Was a quick flame 3 cycle on the mini boss. Him and the Taz.
Which are, of course, seemingly one and the same. Ronnie doing the key juke, deliberately doing some damage boosts to lower his health down to 2, so he can quickly take a damage. Gets a nice quick key juke for the first one.
Yeah, everything going nice. And Ronnie's going to do some cool movement here where he does a jump off that spike wall rather than the lower one. It's a little bit faster. We've seen a few people opting for that lately. He's onto that mini boss now. Ooh, Elo, unintentional damage there. He probably did not want that 2 health down. So he's playing with 1 health right now. He's going to go for this double bash on this shot to get up towards the key dupe area. And this will mess with his ability to damage boost because he's healed up to 2 health from this save. So he actually can't take a spike hit here. And we'll have a little bit of an awkward time with the ghost storm. But it's a minor time loss, but any kind of time loss you really don't want right now because he needs every second he can get against Ronnie.
He does get the fast key dupe on the first one, and heads up for the second one. Can't do the fancy movement that Ronnie just did, as he only has 2 health.
And has to take 2 hits there. There's nothing he really could have done to set up his health better after taking that early hit. So he'll be onto his mini boss. Ronnie is going for swamp entry. Ronnie's swamp entry is really a thing to watch. He tries to grab the cell before the shot gets down to him, and he pulls it off there, but it misses his double bash, so he's got to go up and get another one. Actually, we see that success rate on swamp entry is pretty darn low, and that's because of these missed bashes. These count against right there, so it took 3 shots for him to get in there, so a little bit of an opportunity for Elo to catch up some time, but that's not enough of a one for Elo to really close the gap much. I hope he does get his swamp entry first try though and is able to even things out just a bit.
Yeah, so we're seeing Elo going for the blind movement, which saves, I believe, a second if you get it optimally. But of course, Elo needs to get every second that he can get. So he goes for it and gets it perfectly. Going for the swamp entry, close to the edge of the frog.
Takes a hit, goes for the dash glide anyways. That's a no fear territory right there. If he was late on those inputs, he would have just been dead. But he's in. He's now... Oh, Ronnie taking a bit of a dip in the water, but using that 4 health well. He does not go for early charge dash, so he doesn't need health in this section. He can swim for the 200 experience orb. And naturally, you can't go for early charge dash if you're doing crazy juggle, so that's not actually a concern. And he'll be placing a couple extra saves to recover some health. And oh, he didn't like his frog position either, but a quick adaptation using the right wall so the frog will run into its death on the spikes. And Ronnie is going to be heading towards Kuro cutscene skip now. Elo's grabbed Stomp, and we'll see if Ronnie can get this cutscene skip. I'm sure his rate is probably 100% on this, and indeed he's going to continue on. Actually, not 100%. Yo, there was a crack in the armor there, but not this time. And Elo's going to be heading through this section as well. I feel like Elo's maybe closed a little bit of the gap. And indeed he has. It's 47 seconds apart at Stomp, but that's not much. That's not much of a time save, and we're basically halfway through the run now, so Soro's gonna have to determine it, I think.
Either that, or it's gonna come down to a quick death from Ronnie, or a couple quick deaths from Ronnie, is what's gonna be the save. Talking of quick deaths, a very quick death from Elo, but fortunately had literally just placed a save and manages to get a clean Kuro cutscene skip, keeping his success rate at 100%.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Ronnie now over the Spirit Tree cutscene. I'm not sure if he got that dash glide or not. Looks like no, he had to walk onto the tree, so he'll have to walk through the slow zone for a little bit here. And he'll be going onto his valley entry just now. So, this section, I would say it's difficult to lose time on movement, but you definitely could lose a lot of time if you miss past Stompless. Now, I don't expect either runner will. They're both really good at this trick here, and using keyboard mouse makes it a little bit easier. So, I'm gonna see Ronnie juggle this frog up a bit so he can skip some of this wall climbing. I'm sure we're gonna see the same strats here from Elo, and Ronnie takes a hit there. He's down to 2 health now, which means the spikes one-shot him, the birds one-shot him. I doubt he's gonna place. He actually is gonna place a save. I thought he was gonna skip it, but maybe he's taking a look over, saying, "I got a lead. You know, I don't want to worry about taking a big death here because I'm on low health." So he places a save. That's gonna mean he's gonna have to get some extra energy later, but it does lock in his progress through this valley section.
Yes, Elo's making his way up to the Stomp peg. And Ronnie goes for Stompless, gets Stompless perfectly. So that's yet again another opportunity that Elo could have had to catch up gone. As Ronnie is putting on a show for us today.
Yeah, that's for sure. We're seeing a little bit cleaner movement from Elo through this section, and that's not going to be enough to close the gap, but he needs to do this everywhere, and I hope that Ronnie makes some mistakes. So Ronnie's heading down towards this frog. Now, he is going to, I think, have to head over to the left and get energy now, because he was low as a result of that extra save in Valley. So he's got his energy, he's heading into Suro now. Goes for this double bash setup. Elo grabs his Stompless in the meantime, and Ronnie's into Suro, so crazy juggle coming up soon.
Yeah, so we see Ronnie doing the rocket jump upwards, and then he's going to grab the energy and go for the crazy juggle. He's got to hit every single Stomp cancel perfectly, otherwise he's going to collide with the frog and deal far too much damage to get the frog up to the top.
Oh, oh man, that was rough over that near to the top platform. But
oh, he kills it at the very end!
He messed up the last input. And now he's gonna have to go for this backup frog. So this is old frog juggle. This loses a lot of time. And actually, Elo, he won't be in the lead from just this, but if Ronnie makes another mistake, Elo, oh my gosh, he's gonna catch up so much time with this. And here comes Ronnie. He's going for pure double bashes. He doesn't trust the crazy juggle now. If he damages this frog, he's gonna lose so much time. So he's gonna double bash it all the way up. He's at the top now with this frog, but Elo's coming up fast with his frog. And oh, yeah, Ronnie can't rocket jump because he was up here already, so the laser cycles are off, and he realizes it. He realizes he'll probably die if he goes for it. He's no idea what the laser cycles are like, but what that means, Elo, he can rocket jump, and he's gonna soar past him up to the Sunstone.
They're basically tied right now with the 5 seconds that Elo's gonna have to take to get the health cell. This is the race that we were hoping for right here.
I can't believe it. It was on crazy juggle. That trick it's so difficult. Like Ronnie, he did it so well in the very last game, he messed it up. But Elo doing that reload, 22:01. He's clicking back into the game. Let's see what it is for Ronnie. Yeah, it's 22:06. It's 5 seconds apart, exactly as you were saying. So the health cell difference, it's actually tied right now.
Oh, this is spectacular. Any mistakes right now, even a quick death, could be the race cost for either runner.
Yeah, no, I want to make you watch Elo's screen over on the right here as he leaves to charge jump. He's the only person crazy enough to do this movement, as far as I know. It's a stomp in the middle of these spikes down to the 100 experience orb. Here we go. Why? Why? That's all I gotta say. And then you just, yeah, let's do a bunch of charge dashes out of here. Why not? So, Elo heading on down. They're going to Misty now, and this is the big point where 4 versus 3 health matters, because all of the spikes in Misty Woods will one-shot Elo. If he takes any hit, he's dead. And ooh, having a little bit of trouble, got a backwards bash or something off that slime. So, Ronnie catching up a little bit of time there, and Elo, of course, you know, is in a lot more of a risky situation here, because Ronnie has the liberty of getting hit by any one thing that's not his laser, and they'll be okay. But Elo's played this route for forever. He's very comfortable with not taking damage in Misty, and we'll have to see how things go for him as he moves through here.
You're seeing Ronnie doing some spectacular movement through Misty as well, not wasting any time, cleanly going through everything with almost in the same cutscene together.
Yeah, Elo dashed away from the Atsu's Torch cutscene at 39, and Ronnie at 44. They're exactly the same distance apart that they were at Sunstone. Both players playing to their full potential here, and Elo's going to be grabbing climb now. Ronnie's coming into climb now. We're going to get the same cutscene. It's tied because of the health cell. Remember, Ronnie doesn't have to take one of the health cells that Elo will at the end, and oh man, we've seen Misty be a big determining factor, particularly for Elo in a couple of his races. He's taken some bad deaths in this area, and he has to keep it together here, not take any hits from the spikes, or Ronnie is going to be in a huge lead. I'm
not expecting Elo to be taking any safety saves. He's not the one to take safety saves when he's this close. Oh, he's having some issues. That's going to cost quite a lot of time there.
Yeah, that's
backs
enough.
It up. But that's gonna bring Ronnie into the lead.
Yeah, they're super close now. Elo's still apparently a little bit ahead, but because of that health cell grab that he's going to need to do here later, Ronnie's going to be leading, and Elo down in energy. Ronnie has liberty to place a safety save. Elo's not saved since the climb tree. Going for this rocket jump through the meatball shaft, all of those would have one-shot him, and now he's got to go for the mini-boss fight. Both runners down in energy there because of the save and missed charge dash. We're seeing a sync mini-boss kill, both of them vaporizing it. And wow, we're going to be heading out of Misty now. Synced door key putting in. Oh, and Elo dropped in energy actually as well on his charge dashes over to the door and most over it, so he knows about it. But, oh gosh, it's so close right now. And Ronnie just slightly in the lead. Oh, but it's the slime that beats him as well. So that was going to be the first with the double board.
That's going to bring Elo slightly closer to being in the lead again. So they're both teleporting at the same time.
Yeah, that was a 44 flash versus a 46 flash, so 2 seconds of difference right now. And that's still meaning that Ronnie is going to be slightly ahead. We'll see how their movement down to light grenade goes. They're aiming to get the fast laser cycle on the way in, which will also set up their laser cycles on the way out. Both stomping down through this switchback together and falling comfortably down into this laser. They know it's not going to be there, so they're through. And Elo, he's in through his cycle. Easy peasy. Ronnie as well, he's in there. Now for one last little cutscene skip before the final skill of the game. Elo's skipped it, Ronnie's skipped it, and we're just coming to light grenade hand in hand.
Neither of them ended up in the slow zone, so again, about even.
Oh my goodness.
I have no idea how this could go from here. Anything could go wrong. We'll hopefully see them go for the... Oh, here's the difference. Elo's going for the grenade jump. Ronnie doesn't go for it.
These grenade jumps through the last section. Elo's had some trouble with them in the past. It cost them a PB the other day. It saved like just little bits of time, but if you miss the input, then they lose a lot of time. It's one frame input, so it's pretty difficult. Both players heading to the top now. Elo using the top row, Ronnie using the bottom. It's basically the same. Ronnie we see teleporting out just a little bit ahead of Elo, and Elo's gonna have to stop and grab that 5th health cell in his approach to Horu Fields here. Ronnie's gonna go through with 5 health to the Horu door. So this is going to be big. Ronnie's going to have an advantage going in, but any misses on Door Warp or any flubs in the final escape, and Elo's going to be right on him.
So here's the big difference. Elo going for the health cell. And that's going to show Ronnie's lead now. A very, very minor lead. It's not even going to save him from one Door Warp miss.
Yeah, that's for sure. So Sunstone into the door. It's 27:43 for Ronnie. And Elo just about 5 seconds behind. That's, oh my gosh, 1 Door Warp is exactly what separates these runners right now. If Ronnie can get it first try, that's going to be a significant advantage moving towards the end. Here he goes, going for the reload. Is he going to get in? He does on the first try.
Elo, he gets it as well.
Door Warp in the tournament, and he gets it. And Ronnie now on the final escape. Oh man, it's so close right now.
This might come down to grenade jump. Whoever gets it first try, or if you could see, or we might see a death in the final escape. But I highly doubt it with how experienced these runners are. I'm expecting to see some spectacular movement, as always.
Ronnie up these lanterns, Elo up the lanterns, heading both towards the final swim now. Got to get through this water. Both of them take the minimum amount of damage just for. Ronnie's doing the fish manip. Elo doesn't bother with the fish manip. He goes for the more difficult swim where you take 3 damage first. They're both through. They're both going up. A grenade jump is going to determine this. Who can get it faster? Oh, Elo misses his charge jump up. Ronnie's setting up the inputs, and he's got it.
He gets it. Elo also gets it. Oh, this is. I think Ronnie has taken it by seconds.
Yeah, I mean, don't hop. That's all I can say. Don't hop.
This was an amazing race. We saw Elo catch up from a ridiculously large delta near the start from the missed Bronchi Walk. Is that 1 second difference between the two on the SRL? Spectacular.
Oh goodness. And Ronnie finishes with a final time of 29:48. Elo finishes with a final time of 29:51. Oh my word.
We could never have expected that. That definitely was a race.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. That's the second time in this tournament that Elo has died or failed Frankie Walk and still pulled off a sub 30. That's just disgusting. That
is incredible. I don't even know what to say for it. I don't know what to expect for the next race after that.
Man, I'm sweating waiting for this because Elo's just like an inch away from just doing a low 29, and Ronnie's got to be feeling like, oh man, I had this, and then Crazy Juggle messed me up, but he still had it at the end. But wow, he's gonna be sweating after that one. Holy smokes!
That was amazing. But that was only the first of the best of 3. Elo would now have to win 2 races, whereas Ronnie has only got to win 1 more. And that second is still a second between them, so it's not going to be much, but hopefully we can see some more spectacular races between the 2 of them.
Yeah, so, wow. Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to take a brief break, give the runners a chance to breathe for a bit. We're going to try to cool down ourselves, and then we will be back momentarily with Game 2.
Beautiful charge. Oh, this is nice. Oh my god. What a save. Okay.
Welcome back to the All Skills Tournament semi-finals between Elojimmini and UncleRonny. If you caught that last race, then you'll understand how excited we all are for this next race. As the previous race was just a few seconds apart between the two of them, and we are hoping to see more of that. More spectacular races. And I'm yet again joined by Sigma.
Hey man, I'm glad we had that short little break because I was almost falling off my seat. I was so on edge. I've managed to, squeeze back in there a little bit now, but I'm worried about this next one. This could be a little nuts.
Yes, I hope so. I'm hoping that we will get to see this go to game 3, so we get an extra race of this. But it could easily go either way. With Ronny kept keeping up has had such clean movement throughout most of that past race, but just the last input of Crazy Juggle. But still managing to scrape out the race. And Elo managing to catch up to a 50-second delta from the start of the game. It could go either way again.
Yeah, it's completely nuts. Of course, I'm rooting for a game 3 myself as well. I can't get enough of these guys playing at this level head to head. It's just nuts. Wow. I just hope that Sign doesn't miss again for Elo, because that was pretty tragic.
I simply hope that there will be no more tragic deaths early on or later on even, and that we'll see just 2 solid 28s out of both runners.
Oh my gosh. The only thing I'm sad about is they can't both get the world record in one of these runs, because as soon as the first person gets it, then the second person to finish can't anymore, But jeez, if there's oh my gosh, this is so crazy, and we're getting going here. Just a little bit of a pause for some sync as the runners start off, and then we're going to be hopping through clades.
So, what are you expecting to see in this match? Are you hoping to see the runners go for more safety this time after that previous run, or are you expecting the runners to just go for absolutely everything, minimizing the safety to go for the absolute best time that they can get in this race?
I think we're going to see the same kind of approach for both guys. Like maybe a safety save gets dropped in this, but that's probably going to be the extent of it. Like, they know that they have to play to the top of the game to beat each other. These are 2 of the very best runners in the world, and they're just going to be looking to, probably Elo's going to be really wanting to bear down on this early game, not take that early deficit. And Ronny has got to be feeling a little nervous about Crazy Devil, I think, after that last one.
Definitely. I'm hoping to see Elo being able to, because he was making quite a few very small but still mistakes, very uncharacteristic of him early on. I'm hoping that he can clean up that now that he's got a nice warm up behind him, and we'll get to see a much stronger early game from him.
Yeah, well, things are looking good so far for both these guys. I think Ronny flubbed the jump over the first spike Elo did cleanly, but neither have taken any damage so far. I think last time both of them managed to take damage by now, so they get to do the intentional damage boosts through these last couple slams. And both of them, just a little sanity check there, looking at their UI to make sure, yes, I was not paying attention, I still have 2 health, so they can do this last damage boost, and they're both getting their ghost door now. Elo dying at just a second ahead of Ronny there, but well, I mean, he'll have a bit more of an apparent lead because, of course, once again, he's skipping that health cell, and Ronnie is going to grab it. But as we saw, you know, that mattered a fair bit last race because Elo did take a death due to that little health, the death gauntlet, and, well, and due to Sign missing a shot, but we'll put that one aside, and Ronnie was able to keep, you know, make that health matter.
Yeah, we'll be seeing, although I guess again, it looks like it's a big time difference. It's actually much smaller than it looks, because the Elo will have to spend 5 seconds to get a different health cell at the end of the game. And we're seeing both runners heading down to wall jump, with both of them having a very good time so far. Ronnie managing a very clean flower skip.
Yeah, the top timer is a little bit off right now, but that's a 308 wall jump from Elo. I just want to point that out. 308.
And yet again a 317 from Ronnie.
So pretty darn good times. Both these guys, near perfect wall jumps for both of them. So maybe that first match helped shake the nerves off a little bit, because man, they both played those splits really well.
Definitely. Seeing Elo making his way up. We'll see if I'm expecting neither of them to be going for genocide yet again, as they didn't beat last time. But we'll have to see if they are going to pick up that 15 XP up.
Yeah, I doubt that they will. I know Ronnie has messed with it and doesn't like it one bit, and it's not super practical when you don't take Magnet and Elo likes Quick Flame, so he sticks with that. And of course, Quick Flame is a little bit faster in the end because of the speed on them against so many bots, and also not having to do Death Glide and just being able to shoot your way up through the Death Gauntlet. Some nice little time saves here and there, so it's just a matter of whether or not you're willing to do Magnetless Frankie Walk, but he's proven that he's pretty darn good at that, so Elo will be our first player into Blackroot Burrows. Both guys had pretty good Blackroots last time. We saw a little bit of movement hiccups here and there, but it didn't cause them any troubles with the cycle, and that's mainly what you're looking for in this area. Don't prop a platform cycle, and then your time's pretty much just going to be good.
Yeah, we're seeing Ronnie taking Rekindle again. He will be getting Magnet at the cutscene, but this is just so he doesn't end up unintentionally picking up some experience that he's not wanting to, so he doesn't end up having too much.
And Elo had an even better early Blackroot than last time, actually. He was able to... Oh god!
Oh, that... He managed to back it up.
How did he jump out of that holding the orb? What the heck?
I think he managed to catch a little ledge on the spikes. That knowledge of the area is spectacular. Still goes for a reload though. That is still a tiny time loss there. It's gonna give Ronnie a bit of a time to catch up, but Ronnie misses the cycle.
I had no idea you could get out of that without dropping the orb and wall jumping, which makes the orb have to, like, chase you again. It's super slow, but what a save by Elo. I thought he was in for, like, a world of hurt as soon as he fell down, but he's actually coming out ahead in this Blackroot.
That is incredible. Elo makes the cycle. So yeah, he's gonna be quite a bit ahead of Ronnie after Ronnie was ever so slightly off on the cycle.
Yeah, so an 8-second time save for Elo, and we're not even 7 minutes into this run, and my brain's already like melting out of my ears because that was so unbelievable.
Well, we should be seeing. I'm expecting to see Elo go for the cutscene stack here. Yes, she's going to save a couple seconds, but it is extremely risky as you can fall to the bottom of Blackroot and fall in those spikes, and then the game will save you at the bottom, which is the last thing that you want. But Elo's had no trouble with it so far.
So here he goes. We'll be watching to see when the camera pans left. Does it go up?
Oh,
No, it
he's at
goes
the bottom.
down. He fell. No.
I think it saved him. Oh, he saved himself on a ledge, so he's only part of the way up. But that's all of the time save that Elo had gone.
Oh man, this has got to be a nightmare situation. This is almost, maybe even as much of a time loss as he took last run with that death at the end of the Frankie walk there. So, trying to save that second, and he's got to ride all of these platforms, 8 seconds per cycle shift. And that, goodness, that's rough. And no, he picked up the experience and leveled up.
Oh no, he has to do it all over again because it saved him in that position. I think it is probably faster to go up the jump pads at this point.
It might be, man. Oh god, that's.
I'm not sure this is something that's really been timed out that much, but Ronny, clean, going for the death glide, makes it. Oh, this is not the race I was expecting to see from Elo.
No, oh man, and Ronny, he's going for his grotto cycle. He nailed this last time. Elo, he's got like, he can't get this experience. It's right on the edge of the platform. He has to wait for it to despawn. Ronny's meanwhile progressing smoothly through grotto, and Elo's unfortunately stuck here. I imagine he'll probably take a. Okay, there goes the experience finally. He'll probably take a save on the spirit wall because I think his health is pretty bad here as well, and he does need some health. And there he goes. So he's out of that, but oh gosh, that is fatal early on.
That's potentially minutes behind right now. That's not going to be easy to catch up, and that is going to yet again put Ronny at a point in which it's almost down to him to make the mistakes to let Elo catch up.
Yeah, pretty much so. Elo's going for his Frankie walk now, but man, the damage has been done. Even if he gets everything perfectly from now on, Ronny just has to play, like, not even to the level of his last run. He definitely has a much bigger lead than he had there. He just has to, play pretty solid, and he's got it. Taking a fall there, Elo's able to get through the Death Gauntlet, so he didn't have any trouble with that this time, but wow. No, wow.
Wow, we're seeing Elo heading down towards his grotto cycle. Hopefully he can get his grotto cycle. Ronny making a couple of mistakes with his grotto skip, but it's third try. So that is, all of these things will be adding up to help Elo to catch up, but it's going to take a lot to catch up on that deficit.
Yeah, this is some rough stuff, that's for sure. So Ronny's got the water main, and Elo's now getting to double jump. Everything was smooth once he got out of there, but that situation it's nigh unrecoverable. Like, there's no way he would continue a PB attempt run with something like that happening. So he's at double jump now, but over a minute behind, and geez, that's a tough situation to play with. But we've seen crazy times from him before. We've seen these, like, last race sub 30 with the front block failure, so he can still put out like a sub 31 and just hope that Ronny has maybe like a bit more trouble in Sora. Like, if Ronny were to completely fail C juggle, kill the frog, kill the other frog, then maybe there's some window for Elo to catch up, but I don't think Ronny's gonna let that happen.
Especially as Ronny also has the extra health from early on, that's going to make it even harder for him to die in Misty as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. So Ronny getting towards Ginso Tree now. Elo's going to be heading through Grotto, just playing catch up for probably the majority of this race unless something crazy happens. But Ronny's health is a little bit low as well. Looks like he must have taken some extra damage along the way because he's at 2, so I'm guessing that was a spinner. And Elo's giving us the ooh. little sound from his mouse movements there. That's what I interpret it as. Now I want to make you watch Ronnie over on the left here. His movement through this room here is just so cool to watch. The key thing is these platform jumps are smooth enough so that he can get to that top right platform ahead of the enemy on it and do that dash glide off. So that's really cool stuff. Of course, we'll see telehops from Elo, which is a different approach to that room. It's about the same speed as what Ronnie did, but it's always cool to see these little optimizations here and there.
Definitely. Ronnie doesn't go for Mr. Rasmus cycle, which would save him a slight amount on the getting an earlier cycle with the flower.
Yeah, it's really hard to set that up with 4 health, so I think that's why he doesn't go for it. When you have 3 health, it's a lot easier to make that one actually work out. Although with the damage he had on earlier, maybe he'd effectively have 3 health. Elo goes for the fastest cycle on these spinners, but does not quite get it, ends up taking 2 damage, so he's gonna have to kill this slime before it gets out. And he does it pretty fast with Quick Flame. He'll be moving in. Ronnie's working away at his mini-boss right now. Doesn't look like has the potential to 4-cycle this, but probably looking like 3 solid 5.
And as Ronnie is heading out of the mini-boss, Elo is heading into the Ginso tree. It's gonna take a lot for him to catch up on this.
Yeah. At this point, we just have to feast our eyes on the cool movements either of them do. So, Elo, here come the telehops. Just gonna spam double jump back and forth between these portals to climb through the ring rather than using the platforms, and he gets up there nicely. Ronnie taking that intentional death pre-bash to get through the ghost door as Elo moves his way through the stair to Ginso. Now, if it was anybody other than Ronnie there, I would say Elo can make this up somehow, some way, but God, Ronnie is so good.
We see Elo heading through the redirect room, and Ronnie doing some fancy bashes to get the projectile in the right position, not wasting any time there. Oh, Elo misses the shot in the redirect room.
He swagged around too much. Oh no, he's gonna miss this one too! Oh my gosh, it's all coming apart.
As we're seeing Ronnie do the key juke room, and Elo manages the redirect room this time. It's a lot easier to mess up that redirect room than you might think at first looking at it.
Yeah, working on that mini boss. Oh! He was
So
one shot
close.
off the 3 cycle. My goodness.
But we are expecting to see Ronnie taking some more safety than he might normally do. Or even if he doesn't go for more safety, has the time that he can spend. He might just want to go for the best time he can possibly get at this point.
Yeah. I just want to point out, I just took a look over at the SRL chat and back from near the start of the race. We got some messages. Ronnie saying, "Heckin' CS stack." Elo says, "Yep." Rip.
That's the danger of going for these fast strats. Oh, Ronnie misses the swamp entry, sending the frog into the water. And he's going to have to go back to the blind movement to try it again.
Yeah, gets the frog into position this time, so now things won't be too bad for him. He just has to hit this double bash. He does this time, he missed that a couple times on his last run. But he is into swamp. Elo had to wait a second on that key dupe there, so, you know, minor little time loss, but I mean, there's not much that you can say at this point. It's just, this is a difficult situation to deal with in his shoes.
Yeah, Ronnie is going to have to. Ronnie doing some nice optimization, going on the left side of that platform. You don't normally get on that left side of the platform. It means he can get onto the wall slightly faster and do a nice damage boost.
So Ronnie grabbing Stomp now. And they'll be heading out of Swamp. Elo's going to be heading in. I think we're going to miss the high five because Ronnie's going to already be clear of that section by the time Elo gets up there. But we'll have to see how this next little bit goes. Ronnie will be going for that Kuro cutscene skip, this valley entry, all this kind of stuff. And, you know, I imagine playing things pretty safe. He knows the situation that he's in. He just has to put on a decent run and he's through. Take some damage from that frog, but he'll be able to place a lot of saves through this section, so they'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah, so Elo very close to a high five with Ronnie, as one of them is heading into Swamp, and Ronnie, after getting a nice Korean cutscene skip, not seeing anything at all, is making his way over to charge flame.
Yeah, Elo had some trouble with that blind movement entering Swamp, died once, and then took 2 damage and bailed out of it the second time, and then dunks the frog. So has to go for it again. Just kind of when it rains, it pours, pretty much. That's what we're seeing from Elo. Takes damage and dies again during the blind movement. So he's going for this now a 4th time. He's taking damage again. And yeah, he has to bail out of it again, so maybe his save was just a little bit off to what he was used to. Now it's causing some issues on a dash line or something like that. But it's onto his Swamp entry now. No, he is damaged. He gets hit. He'll just die to the frog, but he's able to get in, get the Swamp entry going. Ronnie way ahead right now, doing his, well, semi-blind movement towards the spirit tree. He missed his dash glide last time, but he nails it this time, so it's a nice little couple seconds save, not having to walk for a little bit, and he will be entering valley.
As he grabs the extra ability cell, he's going to be stomping the peg and heading up to fast stompless. Elo doing some fancy double bash strats to make his way up to the stomp tree slightly faster than he would be doing normally. Doesn't even save that much time, but it looks extremely good. So at this point, why would he not go for something like that?
Yeah, what the heck, right? Alright, so Ronnie's moving through Valley. This has been nicer than his last run. Note that last time he did take some damage and have to place a safety save. This time, he's even gonna save here. He doesn't need to. He wouldn't normally place that, but I mean, when you've got basically 2 or 3 minute lead, then this is how Ronnie's decided to play. Like, he's just gonna play consistent. If something horrible happens like this, then just take a death if he wants. Or reload.
Apparently got a 2-minute 15 lead for Ronnie right now. So that might be decreasing as he makes mistakes with the fast stomplers, but it looks good this time. Oh, he doesn't miss the shot. Almost.
Elo missed Kuro cutscene skip once as well, did a reload and got it on the second try to save still a little bit of time on it, but, you know, it's just you know, everybody has runs like this, it's just like, you know, whatever. But unfortunately, this one's striking Elo in the semi-finals, his elimination facing match, but, you know, Zero Pass is a pretty crazy place. I'd say if Ronnie gets Crazy Juggle okay, then he has nothing to worry about in the rest of the run, but it did give him some trouble last time, and if it infinites him, then it's going to be pretty rough.
It's going to be very difficult to back up if he misses it twice. But with a runner of Ronnie's caliber, I'm not expecting him to make the same mistakes repeatedly.
So here we go. Got the frog and into the charge dash. And he can't damage him with any of these. He has to cancel and stomps before he hits the frog. Notice him playing the safe over these platforms. When the frog's position kind of gets bumped by moving through a platform, then you can change the timing and mess you up. And Ronnie gets up there first try. Very nice. And he'll be able to do the rocket jump this time because he knows where the laser's at and have to be up there for any extended period of time. And with that, I don't want to quite say it's over because the race is still going, but this is near impossible to catch up at this point.
Elo doing some more fancy double bashes with the frogs to go all the way up instead of wasting his time wall jumping. As going for all of the style that he can get right now. As I'm sure he knows at this point it's going to be almost impossible to catch up.
Yeah, he knows it's over. Like, there's no way that he can try in a situation like this. So he's just going for some style. He's still showing off some great stuff here and there. Like, he nails that fast stomp first try. It's those cool double dashes, as you were saying, in your valley. But that's all you can go for at this point. It's like, yeah, this is just, it's rough. This is what the early game Rory can do to you sometimes.
Yeah.
That's why, that's why you get stuck in the lids.
This is the true danger of going for these.
Alright, so during one of the cutscenes, I came into SRL chat and typed, and I want you guys to get excited. It's fish strats, it is. So, at the end of the game, it's still possible, with 5 health, to get the fish out of the water, and then rocket jump into a grenade jump to save about a second and a half in the final escape. And he's done it. He's gonna try it. So we're gonna have a treat for us.
That is definitely something to look forward to. We'll have to see how cleanly you can pull it off. If you can pull it off at all. I don't know if anyone else has managed to get it at all, even with that strat, besides, of course, the task.
Yeah. Elo's going for his crazy juggle now. Had one frog drop there, but didn't damage it, so he is up. Nice. Pretty strong. Had some trouble getting it going, but gets the trick. That's the important thing. And he'll be at the Sunstone now. Meanwhile, Ronnie making short work of Misty, almost to the climb tree. So he'll be grabbing that and going through this second half of Misty. But he's got to be feeling good. Got a big lead. He's got full health. Yeah. World's always here.
Exactly. I'm expecting to see some beautiful movement from Ronnie as he speeds his way through Misty, using charge dashes, rocket jumps, everything at his disposal. And the energy chase after him.
It's always fun seeing how long you can make energy just try to follow you for.
We'll see Elo heading up to the charge jump tree. Oh, Ronnie takes the damage, but fortunately 4 HP saves him as he was doing some very risky stomp cancels through the spikes instead of dashing. But that's going to put him, as he makes it out of the area with the spikes, a lot of the risk of death is gone now. It just comes down to the mini-boss.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised to see him stop and place a save, but he feels good about his mini-boss, and he maybe wanted this free save afterwards, which actually messed up and lost an energy, but it doesn't matter. Like, being an energy down is completely whatever here. Oh, Elo gets messed up by that slime again this race. He's just being human here. So we'll see a bit of a high five here on Misty entrance and exit from these two players, and we'll see Ronnie actually kind of got messed up by the slime as well, but he stopped under it. I think he was hoping for a finish there. That guy's pretty strong.
That slime is being very formidable today. Seeing Elo, he burns his way through Misty, and Ronnie making his way to Light Grenade.
He gave a little bit of circle on his energy with his mouse, so he's not too happy about some of the energy he's dropped in this section, but he's got enough now to do the approach to Light Grenade. That's what it's important to do. He skipped a couple uncancelled C-dashes from the looks of things and set it up. He'll be able to get up here nicely, do his charge jump out of the laser, and grab the Light Grenade shortly. Elo's got Climb. He'll be moving to Misty. Remember that Misty for Elo is pretty scary because all the spikes are caught him, but we saw a great Misty last time, and there's no pressure at this point because he knows what's up in this race, and he's just gonna put on a show for us.
Definitely. Elo is also putting on a show for us with this beautiful movement. A nice stomp cancel to save himself having to wait for the floor to move. Not even bothering to bash whenever he can. Getting some extremely clean movement everywhere.
That's a beautiful Misty so far. Ronnie making sure movement away from Light Grenade as well. So this is pretty good stuff from him. There's that rocket jump. good stuff. Ronnie even went for a grenade jump that he skipped out on last race, so maybe kind of this defaulting back to PB strats because he's like, well, you know, it doesn't really matter if I lose a couple seconds trying this at this point. Well, he is moving on up, getting that ability cell nicely, skipping that animation. Well, it magnet the energy, so he's got to deal with it. Hey, well, he got an energy drop, now he's 2. It's kind of lucky. But he'll probably have to slow down a little bit. Yeah, he does a bash on that element here, so he can save some energy going over the lava.
Gonna do a grenade jump. Almost gets it perfectly. Using double jump to redirect the grenade jump so it doesn't collide with the ceiling. And we're gonna see Ronnie doing a door walk. Hopefully we can see a first try door walk yet again from Ronnie. And he gets it first try.
Nice, he's in there. He's on to his final escape. Well, I mean, he could go for fish strats too. I don't expect he will, because it's crazy. It's like 90% gonna kill you, but he's got a lot of time to work with here. I imagine he's just gonna finish real strong, and then we'll be able to watch the whatever Elo prepared for the rest of these last 7 minutes.
Definitely, we could see some very beautiful movement from Elo. He's probably going to go for every grenade jump he can think of. Going to try and get the fish strats into grenade jump at the end.
I'm Ronnie setting up for his swim now. 3 takes damage for the first fish, but he's able to bash out on the second one. He's up to his final movement. Up to the top. He can even skip grenade jump. He's going to. He's going to say, you know, I'm not going to risk soft blocking weirdly 4 times in a row. He's just going to hold right to the end. He has a huge amount of time to work with. And that is going to do it. So Ronnie will be moving towards the semifinals. He just has to wait for this last cutscene, and that's going to be it. So let's watch. Elo is on this Horu approach now. Might see a grenade jump here and there. And he's going to rocket jump this section, and then well, that was one way to do that.
He's gonna have to pick up this extra health cell. It's required to finish. Oh, he's having a bit of trouble. But he's going to be heading up to the end. Expecting to see this nice grenade jump here, as expected. Gets it perfectly.
Alright.
Ronnie will be finishing it up in a couple seconds with a very strong time. A lot of runners can only currently only dream of getting in a race.
Yeah, and I mean this was skipping grenade jump too. Like if you hadn't had such a lead, he would have just grenade jumped and this would have been another 29, but he just played it safe. He ended up to 35 seconds. Extra time watching that final cutscene just to guarantee it. But, well, that determines the result of this race. We've not yet determined the result of Elo's final escape adventure. So here we go. This is gonna be something. Oh, he's going for the Kuro cutscene skip here, and he gets it. He doesn't get it.
Oh.
So, similar to the Kuro cutscene skip earlier in the run, you can skip this Kuro trigger with a bash grenade, but he's not going to go for it the second time. He did spawn Kuro that time. Now moving towards that water, where you know what's going to happen. It's going to be a little scary. Bringing the fish out with you makes the swim much more difficult, I would say. Doing this with 6 health is probably about as difficult as doing the normal swim 5 health. So you see the fish minute. So he has one more hit to work with.
Oh, he almost makes it out. So close. If he has the energy, he could even do a meteor kick into the water.
Oh yeah, that's true. You have to wait a really long time for the fish to get. Where he's going for some grenade jumps here through the second room. This is a couple times now. He doesn't beat Kuro to the top. So this is freestyle final escape right now. I want to see if this fish strats are good. I want to see how many times he sprint. Man, this is hard enough if the water is clean, and it's incredibly difficult. Here we go. attempt, get towards the water, going intentionally slow to make some easy wait for the fish to move a little bit before he can do it. Oh, he took 3 hits before the first one. He's dead for sure. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Yeah, we've got to try again.
I'm really hoping that he can pull this off. This is not something that is ever worth going for, even in world record attempts.
Yeah, nobody goes for this attempts. It saves so little time, and even once you get the fish out of the water, doing the rocket jump into grenade jump is very difficult because Crow is like this modification.
Oh, so close, yes, yeah. Just barely
needs
missed.
to get like just to the surface of the water so he can get himself out with that second double back. He takes another tick of damage almost immediately afterwards because your iframes count down while you're waiting for the bash counter to go. So it's very, very, very difficult to do this. But we'll see what he goes for this time. He didn't. What are these fish doing? Now I don't even understand what's happening. Oh god, he's dead again.
It could be that the fish are not liking his position now. He's died once in the final escape after getting to the fish. But he should still be able to get the finish. The question is, how long will he try for before he gives in?
I mean, the good news is we're still scheduled for another 40 minutes here, so I'm willing to start watching. Alright, he's in the water. 2 hits before first fish. There's the 3rd hit. There's the 4th hit. Oh god! That one was
he's out of the water.
That was definitely the best one yet, I would say.
It is even possible to die out of the water in that fish stream, for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure why.
I guess, like, yeah, the fish has to basically... Oh,
he does the meteor kick!
Oh! I
This
don't know
could
if
be
this
it.
is gonna help.
Oh, not
that
quite.
Was so close.
As far as I'm aware, the only category that does this version of fish traps where you have to where you can get the fish out of the water in 5 health or 6 health is any percent no out of bounds, which Elo has world record in. So if he's practiced that enough, then maybe he'll be able to get it.
Oh, okay, stop. That's the amount of patience he had from fish traps, so we're just gonna see him landing now. He was so close for like 4 of those. It was almost high enough out of the water to not take the extra damage. But, you know, if you were wondering why people don't go for this 1-2 second time save at the end of the run, this is why.
Yes, he makes it out whenever he needs to, in his normal strats, he's able to make it out. Well, hopefully we can see a nice first try grenade jump.
Oh, he's who needs extra energy? He's gonna toss away all the other grenades. Oh, missed the info, didn't drop the energy.
And he makes it. And could have been a much stronger finish, but Elo showing off. Trying his best to get the fish strats at the end. Says he was planning on getting another health, but he went past it and still went for the fish strats anyway. Well done to Elo. Some incredible movement and some incredible execution.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. I mean, you can't judge that run. Oh, faking out the finish time there. Doing a little tricky maneuver at that last straight. But there goes Elo finishing up. You know, the time not really representative of how the run was. I mean, the start was rough, and that was pretty much pushing him into the 30-31 range already. But most of that was just messing around on the final escape because he knew it was over.
Yes. Well, it was certainly something spectacular to watch. Though it was worth the effort. But hey, that will be the end of Elo's journey through the tournament, as Ronnie will be moving on to the finals to either face up against Wilson or Trojan Dude. So,
Yeah.
who are you expecting to come out as the winner from Wilson or Trojan?
You know, I gotta pick that one as Wilson, I think, but you know, Trojan, he's like the king of consistency, you know, and Wilson is maybe a bit more prone to getting a time somewhere in the 28 to 32 range, and Trojan's probably going to be on those 30-31, so it just depends kind of what Wilson brings to the table in that match. Like, Trojan, we know what's going to come from him. It's going to be consistent times, it's going to be 30 to 31s, but Wilson, if he pulls off the 28s, the 29s, they'll be out of range of what Trojan can do, but he can also make mistakes, fail some crazy juggles, and Trojan some wins, so it'll be an interesting match for sure. And now we are joined by both Elo and Ronnie. Thanks guys for putting on that good show, and GG Ronnie, congrats on winning and moving on to the finals.
Thank you, feels good.
Also GG Elo, that first race was an amazing show, and the second race was an amazing show too, for different reasons.
Yeah, I think that trick at the end is so much harder than I remember, but hey, I swear there wasn't poison water last time I tried that. I know I was going to get a lot more health, and then I remembered I walked past all of the available health cells. I didn't really want to go back. But GG, Ronnie, you played well.
Thanks, you did too, GG.
So I want to dive into a little bit of how this match went down. So, in the first race, Ronnie, you had a pretty big lead for a while, and you knew it. But what did you think when you killed the frog on Crazy Juggle?
I need to get the backup frog as soon as possible because he's gonna catch up. I know him. He's definitely. It looks like he's further back than you would think. Would be in range for him to catch up, but it's Elo. So yeah.
I also want to say it was a very good, like, spur of the moment decision to not rocket jump that second frog. That was, like, I think race winning that you realized that, because if you had got lasered there, it was over.
I noticed last minute that the lasers are probably off. Yeah.
And Elo, how did you feel when you first made that Frankie walk mistake just after the Frankie walk in the Death Gauntlet? How did you feel when Sign missed that shot? Were you thinking that you were able to catch up in the end?
Oh, hell no. Ronnie is like the world record holder. As soon as I missed even a smaller trick than that, that's possibly the worst time loss to have. So I was just like, okay, I've lost this one. I got to the end and I still hadn't seen his name, so I was just holding right. I was like, Ronnie's name's going to pop up anytime now. Yep, definitely going to pop up. Why is it not popping up? Oh my god, oh my god! And then I saw his name 1 second before mine.
Elo, in the future, after that second race, are you ever planning on going for the the cutscene stack and BRB ever again?
Oh yeah. Cutscene stack's like 100%, man. I don't know what stream you were watching, but I certainly didn't miss it.
It's good to know that it's not going to deter you from the future.
No. It's pretty simple. I don't know what went wrong, to be honest. I know what went wrong, I just don't know how it went wrong, if you know what I mean. But yeah. I will keep on doing it.
That's good to hear.
I want to ask you about that cutscene stack as well, Ronnie, because I know you did it a few times in the tournament until one race where you had pretty much the same thing that happened to Elo happened to you, where you fell during that stack and then stopped doing it in the tournament. So what are your thoughts on that trick?
I thought it was like no problem to go for it, but then I discovered the problem. So even though I'm 100% confident in my dash glides, like you would think, but when you do Dash Glide blind, it's different for some reason. I don't know how to explain it, so I just let go of that trick because of the risk. It's too high.
It's definitely understandable. Ronnie, who would you rather made it out of the other semi-final match? Who are you scared of more the next match that's upcoming?
Honestly, I'm really scared of Wilson. If he gets a good run going, then he just keeps going, and you know, his PB's like seconds away from mine, and he still gets runs that are close to it. Like Trojan is extremely consistent. So like he's also someone to be feared, because if I make a big mistake like Elo did on the second race with a cutscene stack, like maybe I would miss a Frankie walk or something, then I could definitely like be in a rough situation with Trojan.
Too soon, Ronnie?
I'm sorry.
Too soon.
Right. Any more questions from you, Sigma?
Yeah, Elo, I just want to ask you, now that, I mean, you had a great tournament run, making it all the way to semis and losing to Ronnie. It's no shame in that. That's an amazing performance. But what are your plans next with Ori? Are you gonna push for that world record since you're so close to it, or is that enough all skills for you? It's time for maybe another game.
Oh, I wish that was enough all skills for me, but unfortunately I have to take the world record now. He beat me here, so I have to take something back, right? But yeah, I've had a couple runs pretty close to it, so it's just grinding it out a bit, and I should be able to take it by the end of the week.
Oh man, there you have it.
Hopefully.
Right, and that'll bring us to the end of this semi-final match. That'll be all. I think that's all of the Ori left for today as well. So I don't know whether we have the next match scheduled yet.
Yeah, I do believe it's going to be later on in the week. I know it's at 2 a.m. Eastern time, and it's either going to be, Thursday night or Friday night. I think it's Thursday night, but I'd have to check the schedule again. But anyways, look at the schedule, come back, because we're going to find out who the finalists are going to be right then, and that is going to be some good stuff. So I hope you guys all enjoy this conclusion to the Ori tournament that we have coming up here. It's going to be pretty good. And if you've got an appetite for more speed gaming stuff, just go to any speed gaming channel and you'll probably find some randomizer on it, because that tournament's underway. So there's a lot of that.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you all next time.
Take care, guys.
Damage as they head through. So, ooh, nice job. Wow, Yoko. Oh,
No,
my
oh no,
goodness.
Yoko. Oh my goodness. Please be careful.
He hasn't taken any really bad deaths as result, but
Oh no.
no! Why did I say that? Why did I say that?
Yeah, true shade. So we're going to see what Didu decides to do. Nice safety save there. And wow, the value from the safety save.
The trick itself requires precisely positioning a frog and managing your XP, but because that can happen, because that froggy has a chair and it can stomp it right on your tiny little head.
Oh god, Milton, get out of there!
Holy crap, the recovery from that.
Like, it's deceptive. Ooh, deceptively difficult. Rufus.
Holy
so close.
crap, Rufus.
Oh.
Oh god!
Fix it.
And what is happening now?
I don't know.
Oh, Monkey's shot going through.
Oh, jeez, missed the double bash though. He's gotta go back up. Monkey's shots are facing the floor. I hope he does not get that on the upper one. Cheese is broken in swamp.
Oh, Monkey getting hit by the shot.
Metal that Terra did. Oh, missing that, but he's got the backup. That's okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh. Okay, try again. Just this time you can get to the platform.
What you've seen from runners like Lucidus, UncleRonny, and Eviona so far in the tournament, and oh wow! I do not know how he survived.
Both runners getting that 5th.
Oh, Randomson had a really... Wow, what a nice backup, though. Randomson had trouble with the first spider shot, but now it's basically tied.
Go stomp the rocks. And oh.
Fluffy, what
I didn't know you could do that.
Oh,
you really just keep moving and skip that cutscene?
Oh god, Hori's in the air! Hello!
Oh no. Oh, Frankie. Frankie, please go away. Oh, that is so painful.
Oh, this is a party. Luckily, he does have a sickness.
Yeah, mini boss not quite going according to plan. Melvin's gonna go with the stomp spam. Keep that frog away. Get out of here. Don't hit me with your chair. He says he gets through it okay, and we'll be just finishing up Misty.
The section is really difficult with the 5 health. Alright, he gets the bash off of the fish. So yeah, he gets through, but upcoming here is...
He's on crow!
Oh, he died! Death! Richard is in the lead. No, they're tied. Richard just died as well.
What?
This is literally synced in the final escape, guys. Unbelievable.
They both stopped the thing together. Okay.
Each one of those grenades costs 1. He's got 1 left. That's enough for 2 grenade jump attempts. If he keeps missing in that particular way, he's got 1 chance left.
1 more.
And he gets it. The
First try, and well, not first try, but you know what? First try.
We'll call it first try.